Hello and welcome to our extra live stream from Gary's old house. My name is Larry Hamilton. I'm with Follow Me and Die, and I'll pass it around to the players to introduce themselves and their character.
Hi, my name is Fenway Jones. I am Fenway Jones, team DM on Twitter and founder of Jasper's Game Day. I will be playing Hazlitt, the gnome rogue.
Greetings, my name is
Cameron.
I'm so sorry about that. Greetings, my name is Mike Gygax. I'm Gary's grandson, and I'm playing a human fighter, but I need you guys' help to name my character today, so if anybody out there, please give me a name. That'd be awesome.
Woo! Bring on the names.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm Mark, CMG Clover. I'm owner of Creative Mountain Games and manager of Lake Geneva Games, the game store here in town. I am playing a Dwarven cleric, and I need a new name too for this game, so please give me one.
I am John. I am the one of the board members for Extra Life Milwaukee Madison. I organize this whole thing, and I am playing Felix, the Taube artificer. He's a wonderful, wonderful Taube.
I'm Travis Taube, at GM Travis on Twitter. I am playing a human paladin that thinks he's more charismatic than he actually is. And I didn't name him yet, so feel free to donate and be able to do that.
Nice. I'm Bill Allan, and I am playing once again Wakuda, except now he's just a level 3 fighter. He hasn't barded yet, so. But he still has a dope AC. I'm just going to throw that one out.
Awesome. And now I'll turn it back over to John, who will tell us a little bit about the perks of donation to Extra Life.
Yeah, if you make donations on my page, there's a couple tiers of donation level. And so if you donate a single dollar, you can grant one of our players a reroll. The reroll is the results of the reroll stand, but it's a simple way to get in and maybe change the odds of the game. If you donate $5, you can give any one of our players or the DM advantage or disadvantage. Now, if you donate $10, you can give our players or the DM a natural 1 or a natural 20. And really mess with the odds. $25 will let you name one of our 3 characters that needs a name. And $25 could also buy a player a health potion. $50 will get that player a greater health potion. $100 and you can buy a magic item of your choosing for any one of the players at the table. Our highest donor of the day, which right now is sitting pretty high, at over $1,000, but you get this wonderful dice vault from Talon and Claw, and one of these Extra Life gaming dice towers. Our second highest donor gets these lovely Extra Life blue pearlescent dice and an Extra Life dice tower, and our third highest donor gets the an Extra Life dice tower.
Awesome. Well, now, my scenario today is one that I've written myself. I've run it at a couple of different conventions, once at GaryCon and once at UConn in Ypsilanti, Michigan. And the name of it is No, Really, It's Me. And our party has had the unfortunate circumstance of a TPK.
Uh-oh.
But don't worry, this is D&D, you're only mostly dead. So I need everybody to roll a D20.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Okay?
9.
Okay, so Finley, your character's a gnome. Well, the situation is that the party was taken out by a group of doppelgangers. And the doppelgangers are tired of all the adventurers coming from town, down into the dungeon, all the way to the cavern where is your home. And The shaman of your tribe has found some ancient magics of your people and deciphered them to the best of his ability. And with the combination of these magical amulets and consuming the brains of the creatures invading your home, you are able to assume their abilities. And your task is to go back to town and convince all the adventurers there's nothing left to see here, and break the news to the town that their source of revenue from all the adventurers buying gear to go into the dungeon is dried up. So, to begin with, you've defeated the characters, undergone the ritual, and this is your first check because the transformation is traumatic, and you are mingling the memories of yourself as a doppelganger and of this person you are replacing. So you are more than a doppelganger just looking like something. You now have all the abilities and the equipment that you're able to use of the person you've replaced. However, under great stress, such as the initial transformation, or a combat or something, you may start to slip away from your doppelgangerness. Another thing about this medallion is it blocks your ESP. So you are more distant and far away and alone than you have ever been. As doppelgangers, you've gone off on your own to replace someone, but you still had your ESP. Now, you've never had your mind so quiet, which makes it even more disorienting. And those of you that don't have dark vision, anyone not have dark vision?
I have dark vision.
Okay, dark vision.
I do not.
You do
Mike
not.
doesn't. Yeah.
Okay, so you humans with no dark vision, things don't look right because you have to rely on light to see. Very disorienting. Now, nobody in the outside world knows that there are doppelgangers here. And there is the entrance through the dungeon is the way people have been getting in here, but the doppelgangers also have an entrance they've managed to keep secret. So after the completion of your mission, you come in through the back door. And so your mission is to stop people from wanting to come back with whatever means are necessary. However, we have just had the transformation. You're all volunteers. And what did you roll?
15.
15.
You do get a reroll, Travis.
Nice.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So it is very painful. You were a little skeptical because gnomes are shorter than doppelgangers normally are able to assume a size of. Smaller than a dwarf. You didn't think a doppelganger could do it. It's only because of this magic, but it's still quite painful because you're stretched beyond your normal limits. But once the transformation's done, you're okay. And you feel yourself slipping away and you manage to pull back from the edge and you're still dealing with the conflicting memories. Mike.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, while unpleasant, you know who you are. Mark.
I rolled an 8. Can I use one of my rerolls?
Sure.
I rolled a 5. I have to take the 5.
Okay,
Yay.
you are struggling to hold on to yourself.
In my doppeldwarfiness.
Yes, and
Doppeldwarf.
that means the next time you roll, you have disadvantage. John.
I got a 17.
Okay, you managed to hang on to your doppelgangerness pretty good in spite of the conflicting memories in your head. Travis.
Natural 20.
Oh, you got a reroll, or did they get somebody get
No,
you?
I just rolled natural 20.
Oh, well,
Although his next roll, he had a reroll.
so you're like, hey guys, what's the big deal? And you all hate him.
Well, I rolled a 9, Larry, but I'm thinking about burning up one of them rolled over rerolls from before. So I might just do that. Is that cocked? Okay, thanks. Oh, wonderful.
What'd you roll?
Even better.
Okay, well, unfortunately, you're in the same boat as your friend who now looks like a dwarf.
Okay.
And you're at a disadvantage the next time I ask you to make that check.
All right.
So,
Can't blow my cover.
if one of your party succumbs and loses themselves, you're not supposed to give away the secret.
Do we have like a false tooth with
No.
cyanide in it that we could just crunch real quick?
No.
Okay, so if we blow it,
Basically,
Lower cover.
if you blow it,
Just Tic Tacs in there.
you are the character you replaced,
okay,
and you can't change back.
okay. All right, fair enough.
So, the ceremony is complete. Some of your members didn't survive and died horrible, nasty deaths like a transporter accident. And those of you who have survived are now fully equipped, all the abilities and magic and spells and so forth that these characters had. If they were down to nothing, the nature of this magic has recharged it to start of the day fresh, ready to
Okay.
go. So, to add a little flavor to this, we'll go around this way. So, Bill, what is the last thing your character remembers before the doppelgangers got you?
Wishing that I was out on a ship at sea
Okay,
because I hate being underground.
okay, Travis.
I think he would have been regaling of stories that he did or maybe didn't do in a tavern to get some drinks.
Okay. John.
Felix was returning from an adventure to the Dire Tower, where he fought a bunch of undead, and his friend Silvano passed.
Okay. Mark.
Thinking about his next beef sandwich.
Yes.
Okay, Mike.
My guy was drinking at a tavern, thinking about all of his brothers back in arms in the last war we fought, and those lives that we lost.
Finlay.
My character, I would have been thinking about how I wanted that I was trying to figure it out because I had seen one of my party mates cast a spell, and then it had killed one of the creatures we were fighting, and I took credit for it.
Oh.
But I can't actually cast spells.
Okay. So we'll go to Travis next. What is the last great adventure you recall before this happened?
I drove off a young green dragon with a couple other people that might have been a little better than me, but definitely one of the. I was a player there.
Okay, John.
After being jailed for crimes committed by the professor, we rescued a disposed ruler from the jail. His
Okay.
brother had jailed him and assumed power. Twin brother had jailed him and assumed power.
Okay. Mark.
Oh, we were fighting orcs, but there was nothing but copper in the treasure at the end.
Okay, Mike.
Last adventure, we were with the Order of the Gauntlet and just fighting with my brothers and against trolls, I guess.
Okay.
Some trolls that we ran into in the forest.
Finlay.
I was called to a castle to help a prince get his parents back, and he sent us into a desert to get them, and we brought them back, and he ended up betraying us.
Oh. Okay, Bill.
After finishing a escort for a trade caravan, I celebrated in Waterdeep in a brothel, and that was in and of itself a great adventure.
Okay. All right. So, John, what is either the last great treasure you found or a clue about a treasure?
I had met another alchemist who had a philosopher's stone, and we were performing experiments with philosopher's stone.
Okay. Mark.
There were some rangers I was traveling with out in the forest, tracking down some bandits, and after defeating them, we found a whole staple of cows.
A lot of beef.
So much beef. So much beef.
Okay.
Fresh.
Very fresh.
All right. Mike.
I'm sorry, what was it?
What was either the last great treasure you found or a clue to a treasure?
The last great treasure we found was a magical sword that was hiding in one of the trolls, one of the trolls where we lived.
Okay. What did the sword do?
Lit on fire.
Okay.
It had some fire magic with it.
Firebrand?
Yeah.
Okay. Write it down. Anyway.
I found a clue to a great treasure that is said to be hidden underwater inside the belly of a dragon. It was written on a stone plate. And it was said that there's a great, a giant treasure chest bigger than even me, hidden in a sunken ship underwater.
Okay. Bill.
I didn't find this treasure, but I had a dream. I had a dream that I was gifted a jeweled rapier that was named, and its name was Jaina, and it granted me a certain ability, a sense of swashbuckling suaveness that gave me greater dexterity, AC, and charisma.
You dreamt it. Okay.
Yeah.
Travis.
I found a necklace, a charismatic necklace of charisma that was shaped like a giant sundial right here that you'd wear.
Gold chain.
Yeah,
Okay.
and a thick gold chain and a giant sundial right there.
Giant sundial.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just think that's awesome, don't you? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's pretty fly.
All right. So, what is it, Mark, that brought you either to this town or the dungeon?
I had heard that there were many here who were being hurt and needed healing.
Okay. Mike.
I've traveled, to many foreign lands and cities, being a part of in the military, but nothing's really felt like home. So I heard of this town was having some problems with bandits and whatnot, so I figured I'd come by and see if they can use my help for, for buy.
All right. Fenway.
And ale.
I was on my way to the sea that my clue said the treasure was in, and I stopped here and I was told of the issues they were having and decided to help.
Bill.
I was hoping that if we could clear out the dungeon, that I would be rewarded by some wealthy king with a bejeweled magical rapier that was sentient named Jaina. Sadly,
Okay.
I was disappointed.
Travis.
Well, I've heard that this place needs some heroes to help it. But realistically, I just annoyed the crap out of my other party members so much that they ended up ditching me at the last town and I didn't have anywhere to go.
Okay. And John.
So I was told that there were ancient magical secrets buried in glyphs deep within the dungeon. And I wanted to unlock those secrets because I pursue the art of ancient magics.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So now, different questions. Mike, what is the name of the town?
Oh, that's a good one. Is anybody gonna give me help on this one? I can't.
It's not a very big town.
Okay. Charleston.
Charleston? Charleston?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's fine. Fenway. What else is in the general area of this town?
A couple miles away, there is a very large sea, and to the south, there is a desert that is ruled by a prince.
Okay. And Bill, what is the most common monster or vermin in this dungeon?
Such power to wield right now.
Sensu rapiers. Named Jaina.
Creatures.
Do we go with like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and say kobolds.
All right.
They're just all over the place. They're like a pest. They're like squirrels.
Okay, Travis, what is the common name for this dungeon?
The common name? How about... So you said we're near a sea, right?
Mm-hmm.
The briny deep?
Yes,
I love it.
because the lowest level of the dungeon is underwater. You have to have a potion of water breathing to go there to get all the treasure.
All right. John, what else is the general area around the town and the dungeon known for?
Seattle.
What?
They have a beef festival. All every year.
A beef festival, okay.
Best beef from all over the region.
That's
All right.
Explains so much.
They come to compete in a grill off.
Okay.
Mark is still unnamed, and Mike is still unnamed.
Yes.
And Travis is still unnamed.
And the last question for Mark, what is one thing that no one knows about another adventure location in the area?
The one thing
The
that
decanter of endless beef.
The pathway to the best mayonnaise for these.
Let's see. The thing that nobody knows about another adventure area nearby. There's an abandoned gold mine nearby that's infested with lizard men.
Nice.
Okay.
I know about it because I'm a dwarf and my dwarven buddies have been talking about it for years.
All right. So, armed with all this information that you all know about these adventurers, the area, the town, you can start heading out the dungeon entrance all the adventurers use, or you can make a plan. It's up to you. So, what do you choose to do?
What if we started by going out the main entrance, but somehow closing it down? Like we just blockade it, blow out the arch that supports the entrance, somehow close it down, and then we go to town and try to convince people that we've cleared it out and sealed it up to make sure that no other evil, foul creatures go in there.
Let's do it.
Sounds like a good idea.
I agree.
That is glorious.
Good. Who can cast explosives?
I believe that no one can.
I'm an alchemist.
Oh, hey.
Makes explosives.
How convenient.
And I do have a potion of alchemist fire, and
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
that'd be it.
I have a crowbar. I mean,
Listening.
so what's the structure like at the main dungeon entrance? Is it something that we could sabotage and somehow make crumble?
You can try anything.
Okay.
It's possible that you could do that.
Is it stonework? Is it wood? Are there like wooden support timbers to it, like a mine?
It's
we loosened it?
stonework.
Okay. Are there any other heavy objects that we can use to just collapse the structure or fill in the?
There's stuff along the way you might, well, depends on how heavy and how far you're able to move it.
So I was looking at this on my equipment. It says like a war horse. So I was thinking maybe
Not in the dungeon.
not in a dungeon. Okay.
But
Your hirelings that you hired from town
Okay.
are watching your mounts
Okay.
nearby.
Are they nearby? Yeah.
outside the entrance to the dungeon.
Okay. So is there? Maybe I was thinking we could pull support beams using the war horse.
So if we're on our way out, we see support beams.
Well, you're still in the cavern, so
Okay.
are you ready to start?
I think we make our way towards the main
Okay.
entrance to get out.
So you go through the cavern, and you have to have a light because your human here can't see where he's going. He's going to fall and stumble. Yeah, your humans are going to fall and stumble over the place without light. Stalagmites on the ceiling, or tripping over stalactites on the floor, or stalagmites on the floor, and whatnot.
So why don't you guys have a torch
Okay.
Okay, so you've
towards
got.
the back of the party, and then everybody else who can see will kind of go
Go in the front.
point.
Okay.
Okay, so you go to where you know the entrance is to the dungeon, and this is different. It's closed. There's just a stone, smooth, flat where the hallway used to be. And so now you have to probe your character memories, and in doing so, everybody make a D20 roll and tell me what you get.
With disadvantage for me.
No, only if I. This is just to see what you remember.
I don't remember.
3, 14.
Do I add the
Yes.
wisdom?
Yep.
12.
Okay. John.
I got a 16.
Okay. 33. 8. Okay. Well, some of you managed to remember. Oh yeah, there was some sort of a control panel that your party found, and they activated it to open this door.
From the outside?
From the other side. And you know that the control panel was like on the right going to the cavern. So it might be on the right.
Search around
Or the left.
wall or the left.
Sure.
I have a whopping 9. Anyone else want to take a look?
I mean, I'll help you.
Okay. 19.
Okay. And yes, you find, oh, that's right. That's what it looks like. And with a roll like that, you remember what you had to do to activate it, and the door slides open. And when you look in, there's 25, 30 feet inside, there's an L, which is really weird because it's supposed to be a straight shot. This is not what you remember, either as a doppelganger or as a character. So it's very odd. Do you want to go check it out?
Carefully.
Sure.
Okay.
Walking carefully, slowly, looking
Okay.
to see if there's any weird
All right.
traps or.
Well, what you see is you're coming from the cavern up here, and it makes an L. And so where this hallway is here, there should be a wall, and the hallway should go this way. And there's a door down here, and right there is a lever.
Can I investigate the lever?
Sure. What are you looking for?
Traps. But I don't find any because I got a 4.
I help.
Gee, okay.
Maybe if we work together.
8.
Wait, I know how levers work. I'll walk up and I'll just.
Okay.
You look confused.
This
You just pull
door
them down.
starts sliding, and it's pitch black, and from your torchlight, you see that there are stairs going down. And you can't tell, you sense that it's quite large on the other side. And you hear kind of a grumbling, growling sound and a scraping as something's large and unpleasant sounding is coming in the direction of the light shining through their door.
And levers go back up.
And just so you understand, as that door opened,
The other door?
this turned that way to block you in, and this opened up. As you put it back, this closes, and that closes.
I have an idea.
Is it helping me push the lever back up?
Yes, push it back up.
Well, you already pushed it up.
So
Good.
we tie a rope. We go back on the other side of the hallway. Pull.
All right. Who is tying the knot?
I'm very good at tying knots.
Okay. What skill should that be?
Well, in third edition, Lair, it'd be rope use. In first edition, there wouldn't be a skill check.
Right.
Because you just say that you were doing it.
Right.
We'd have to be sure we wrote down.
Survival?
Yes. Yeah.
Survival, that sounds good. Make a
Yeah, we'd
survival
say,
check.
no, you don't have it. It's not on your sheet.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a reroll.
That's something I put on every character.
Whoop.
Like, I have
That's
a
cocked.
list of things.
Okay, still 9.
9. Okay. It's on there. If you don't pull too fast and too strongly, it
Just
probably
a
will.
very, very nice slip knot.
Yeah.
Goes right over the top of it.
Okay. So,
The
and you,
idea is that we're on the side that we want to be on. So that we can pull that lever and we can go through the secret door. And then the wall will just close out on the rope. We lose the
Okay.
rope, no big deal.
so you all come on this
that.
side of that, and
Give it
you,
a tug and a snap.
who is doing the tug?
It's your rope.
I'll-
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll.
That's a 4.
Okay.
Alternately.
The rope has kind of, you know how a rope will jump up something because it's not tight, so it jumps up as it's pulling the lever, and it falls off as the lever is pulled and the door is opened. So now what do you do?
The hallway
This-
change it all?
Well, the door is opening on both, you know, the hallway in front of you is going this way, and the door over there is opening, and whatever this thing is in the dark is coming up the stairs.
Let's go through, man.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
I'm just cheese it.
Okay. All right. You avoided the big mean thing that, it's probably a good thing you avoided it, just to be honest. So.
Yep.
Okay. So now it looks like it's supposed to look because the hallway goes the right way. And you're like, okay, now we're going the right way. And you start working your way up the various levels, and you come to this large room that has a fountain, and you remember, oh yes, this is where we fought all those kobolds.
Oh.
And there's a fountain in the middle, and there's dead kobolds all over the place. It was a heck of a battle. You just laid into them, and they kept coming until finally they quit coming because you got rid of all of them. But there's kobold bodies and bits and parts and etc. on the walls and the floor in the fountain. And
do we remember from here where we would go to get back to the...
yes, oh yeah, yeah. Everything looks right. It's-
Anything useful in this room? Like I'm not talking about coins so much as like tools,
well,
crowbars, picks,
there's
hammers.
kobold weapons of their quality that
That's junk.
Nope. Let's collect those.
Think
It's
so?
proof we wiped everything out in here.
It's true.
So you're going to collect all the kobold weapons?
Grab a few
You know what
things.
weighs less than a kobold sword?
Their ears.
Like
I
ears,
just pick
yeah.
up one of their heads and just,
Yes.
Okay, blood all over you and gore, and you've
Yeah.
got a kobold head.
and just the ear.
Oh,
And I just like start
Alright,
going around just like,
I think yours makes sense.
I'm just gonna cut off
Okay.
as many
Kobolds
ears.
have ears?
yeah.
They have little pointy like
Yeah,
dog
little pointy,
lizard
yeah.
ears.
Sure, they've got ears. So roll.
Can you tell the difference between a left ear and a right ear on a kobold?
Yep.
Just take the left ones.
Okay,
But
so
isn't right always right?
Well, you don't
Sometimes
die
right
for
is
left.
oh, so roll percentile dice to see how many ears you get.
He's good to play word games. I gotta play. Let that lay there like that.
1.
One? No, re-roll that.
I'll use a reroll then.
No, I given you a re-roll. on
Okay,
that.
51.
50. Okay, so there's 51
There
kobolds in
It's a
there.
lot better.
You can take right or left ears, whichever one you want, but only one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
So that we
both.
can prove it's.
Right, yeah, just the one ear on as 50.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
You motion to your left ear, I noticed.
So, is there anything else you want to do in this room?
You said there was a fountain in this
Uh-huh.
room? What's in the fountain?
Well, kobold bits and blood and some of their weapons, and there are coins in there. There's various coins of copper and some
I say
silver.
we scoop it all up.
Wouldn't they have picked it up if it was safe?
You said there's already kobold bits in it. I was gonna say like.
I take a kobold arm and I put it in the water.
See if anything.
You have a wet kobold arm.
I put my face in the water and my arm to get all the blood off of me from all the ears that I just cut off. And then while I'm down there, I open my eyes up and I'm just like, just grabbing as many coins as I can.
Okay. Your eyes sting from all the whatever it is in this water. I need you to roll a con check.
Constitution saving throw. or-
Yeah, Constitution.
It's the worst
That's
time.
gonna be a 10.
A 10.
Just not close enough.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, your eyes sting.
Okay. Well, I'm already a stupid human who can't see in the dark, so
Well,
whatever.
I'm in support of scooping up all
No, I
the
can't see it all.
money, even if it's chump change, because then we could use that if we need to when we get to town to convince people that we've cleared this people out. We'll donate it to the town.
It's not a bad idea.
Okay.
Bribery works.
All right. So we'll have Mark roll how many copper there are, percentile dice. And Mike, you roll percentiles to see how many silver there are.
97 copper.
Nice, boys.
78.
All right.
Yeah.
Make a note of that. Who's carrying it?
They are.
Okay. All right. Are you going to do anything else in the fountain room? And the fountain does not work.
Clearly. I'm just gonna search every little possible niche or any weird kind of splits in the wall to see if there's any secret doors.
I'll
Nope.
help you look around.
Hey, how about that? Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Doesn't appear to be. Doesn't appear to be.
All right.
And the central pillar of the fountain, I guess you could pry it loose if that was something you wanted to try to lug up a couple levels of the dungeon to the entrance.
No, I think we're good there.
Okay.
I think we head up.
So then you head up, you go through various doors, and you know where there's traps to avoid. And you find more kobolds that are dead.
Harvest some
ears.
Okay. Roll d20.
5.
Okay, 5 more kobold ears.
Okay.
And Fenway, roll a d20 for how many coppers you find.
8.
8 more coppers. Okay. And you keep working your way, and it does seem that the dungeon is pretty well cleared out. It may not be a lie. And you finally see the entrance to the dungeon, a long corridor going out, and it is actually sun is shining. You're not exactly sure what time of day it is, but midday maybe. And who's going out first?
I'll step out.
Okay.
We're not bothered by the sun? Okay.
You're not.
I'll go out.
You're basically not.
Yeah. Felix is just
doppelgangers.
gonna start bounding with his feline agility. It's
Okay.
sprint out past everybody.
All right,
And kind of with a skip.
sure. So you each have a horse.
Okay.
I need you to each roll a d20 to see if your horse is still there.
19.
17.
Okay.
8.
7.
11.
Okay. So 3 of you, your horses have pulled up the stakes.
Nice.
And the reason for that is the sacramental wine the cleric had on his horse
Oh,
has been gotten into by your hirelings, and they are drunk out of their skulls in the shade of a tree across the road from the entrance to the dungeon.
shouldn't have told them about the wine.
Oh, they found it. You didn't have to tell them, they found it.
Shade of a tree.
And these were the best hirelings you could find in town.
Yeah.
But they were cheap. You got a bargain.
I mean,
Probably not a good idea to go to an AA group for
They're sleeping, you said?
Yeah, they're just out of it, passed out drunk.
Well, they've stolen.
I'm going to stealth over there.
And
8.
okay. You step on a few twigs and stub your toe on a rock. They don't even budge.
They're still passed out.
They are out. They're snoring. They got drool and vomit on them from.
I hold up my rapier and I'm like,
Oh, we don't kill for that. They stole from Moradin. They have a choice. We need to bind them and wake them up so I can let them choose.
Okay.
My rapier away.
And I need
not as much
everybody
fun.
to make a perception check.
Is this passive?
Yep.
15.
3.
Okay. Mark?
17.
Okay.
15.
15?
23.
23. Okay. Well, those of you that rolled well, I guess everybody except Mike and Fenway,
So just if you just have.
you hear
That or above.
the whinny of multiple horses not too far away.
Hey, go get them.
You're fast.
No. I'm going to kind of like sprint.
And go
Okay.
get the horses?
Yeah. And
Okay.
Catch my breath. Sprint some more.
All right. Just make one roll to see animal handling, see if you can get them without too much trouble.
I got a 7.
A 7. They are, you get close, they move away. You get close, they move away. As horses are wont to do when they're not wanting to cooperate.
Sure.
I think I'm going to try again and use one of my natural 20s.
Okay, you get them. So now everybody's got a horse.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to go over to the guys who are drunk and passed out and just like haul off and smack one
Time out.
super hard. What?
Are we on time first?
Okay.
Well, he's already said he's done it.
Okay.
I'm of the opinion that
I'm
if
not
you
stabbing him
say
in the heart.
I did say before there was time. Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
So as he's finishing tying them up, you smack
Smack one of them.
one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, one of these numbers. Hey, what? Are you back already? All right. And he's like, why can't I move? I'm paralyzed.
hi, Bob.
Oh, hey, Mr. Dwarf, how are you?
I'm a little parched.
Yeah, I feel that way myself. I got this headache, You got anything for that?
Well, I did.
Oh.
Had some of Moradin's wine, but somebody drank it. Can you guess who that might have been?
Oh, well, that was Joe over here. He got into
Joe
the
said
wine.
it was you. He said you had some.
Well, I had a little nip. That's rude.
Okay,
Not to,
that's
it's
all
rude
three
to
of you had
it's
some
rude to
then, huh?
refuse.
So all three of you had some.
3,
2 of you, or is it just 2?
2.
So both of you drank it.
Well, I mean, it would be rude to refuse an offer of
Okay.
sharing.
Well, you know the drill. Moradin has there's a price to pay when you steal Moradin's wine. So you have a choice.
And he's just kind of looking around.
Fight your friend,
What?
To the
For
death.
survival,
What?
or do you want to each face the hammer?
What? What?
I just start chanting, fight to the death, fight to the death.
Hammer time. Hammer time.
But he's my friend.
The law is the law. I don't make the laws. I just dispense
I never heard of that
justice.
law.
Well, it's the law of Morden.
Well,
I'll get the hammer.
What?
It'll only hurt for a while.
Yeah, just get the hammer.
Okay. I need everybody to make a perception check.
Ooh.
22.
Missed by one.
Okay. You hear the sound
That's mine.
coming down the road of a laden wagon being pulled by horses coming towards you.
Okay.
And it is heading towards town.
Okay.
And it sounds like it's getting ready to round a bend where it will be able to see you. What do you do?
I'm gonna shout, there's people coming, and then run over and try and grab my horse and bring
Okay.
it around the tree.
Okay. The tree's not big enough to hide the horse. You could hide behind the tree because you're small.
Can I put the horse on the other side of like the cavern? Like, is there a place that I can hide the horse?
Well, if you go away from the road far enough, there might be a rise you could go over, but you wouldn't be able to get there before the wagon rounds the bend and is able to see you.
Okay. So I can hide behind the tree, so I'm gonna think that my horse can hide behind the tree.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hide behind the tree. And
Logical.
my horse is gonna
like
be
that.
behind the tree, but he's not hiding.
Okay, but you said people are coming, so everybody knows. So we'll go around this way. Bill, what are you going to do?
I walk proudly out to the middle of the road
Okay.
as if to block the caravan of people coming.
Okay.
Just dust myself off a little bit, wait for them to
Okay.
get closer, and hopefully they'll stop and not run
Travis?
me over.
Well, since there's no hammering and there's no fighting going on, I just haul off and smack the other guy to wake him up.
And he does basically the same thing. You know, can't hardly open his eyes for the glare of the sun. Even though he's in the shade, it's still too bright. And you're like,
I
oh.
inform him that he's gonna have to fight his buddy to the death.
What? He's,
Yeah.
okay, John,
Felix is going to like look for the caravan, like wave at it.
it's not a
Oh.
caravan, it's a single wagon.
Or the wagon, he's gonna wave at the wagon.
Okay.
Like standing there. And be like, hi, how's it going?
Okay.
Really loud.
And Mark?
I'll pull one shoe off of each of these fellows, pull off their socks, and stuff their socks in their mouth.
Nasty. You didn't even want to touch their shoe, let alone their sock.
It was nasty.
And your hands are just, you've never felt yuck like that from these guys. And their socks are not whole because they're, anyway. Mike.
You know, I'm just gonna grab my, just have my javelin in hand, just be ready for whatever.
Okay. So around the bend, there's a farmer driving his team of horses with a laden wagon that's got a tarp over the top of it, so it's rounded, and whatever he's carrying is a big load. It's like he's going to take his produce to market.
Human?
Yep.
Greetings, my friend.
He kind of, whoa.
You are headed to town.
Yeah.
We have good news for you to share.
Good news.
When you arrive, tell them that the brine has been cleared.
Yeah, what he said. And then I'm like, so, and Felix starts telling him, like, pretty much his whole life story, but then he gets to the point, and we went down to the brine to adventure, but we went there and we killed a bunch of kobolds, and there was like some copper left, but there's nothing left. And it's really sad because I was looking for some big artifacts.
Son, you
out
should
there,
sit down and take a breath. You talk too fast and too much. Is he always like this?
He is quite often like this, but the good news is that we have cleared it. It is safe now, and there is nothing left. So when you go to town, tell the people.
Well, it's good about the kobolds, but you
No.
say there's no more.
Not just the kobolds.
Oh,
We slayed the great beast. I'm going to roll deception now.
okay.
Yay! I rolled an 18, which is really good. So that's a 24 total.
The great beast. I've never heard of a great beast.
Of course you haven't. Only the mightiest of adventurers have made it that far, to the very end of the brine, which is what we did today. So it is a celebration. Thank the gods, and tell your friends in town that the brine is cleared.
Draw ears.
Spread the word. Yes, you
I
want to
will
see?
pull up all the ears and be like, it is glorious!
Behold.
I see. Well, all right then.
You seem like you have been working very hard today.
Well, yeah, I've had to load the wagon and.
When you get to town and you unload your wagon, you will stay there in an inn?
No, I'll be going home.
Nonsense. Let us be generous, for we are very wealthy. My friend, give the man 10 silver pieces so that he might stay in the inn tonight and buy some drinks for himself to celebrate our victory.
How much do you stand to make from selling your goods in town?
Well, enough to get through the winter.
How much is that?
Oh, should be 5, 10 gold maybe.
And how much for your wagon?
How much for my wagon?
Yes, we will buy your goods and your wagon.
Well, you can't just go buy a wagon just anywhere.
Tell you what,
I mean,
we will ride with you in town. We will pay for all of your fruit. We will pass it out to the people. And then you will take your wagon home and enjoy your winter in comfort.
In wealth, my friend.
Well,
We are very rich now that the brine has been cleared.
that's mighty impressive.
Yes.
Well, sometimes there's some bandits around, and I'm sure I won't have any trouble riding with you folks. I'd appreciate that.
We will ride with you.
It will be glorious!
And all we ask is your friendship, and that, of course, you spread the name of our mighty adventuring party, for we have cleared the brine.
What is that name?
TBD.
We are the Tibide.
Tibide.
Yes. Tibide is an old Elvish word meaning the masters of adventure.
And he's just eating it all up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still riding on that 24 to 7.
Well, we got a couple more hours into town, so let's get.
Yes,
Daylight's
we will
burning.
gather all of our things, and our foolish hirelings will walk back to punish them.
good silver.
And
These
he catches it, of course.
all the silver.
Doing all silver?
Yeah.
Oh,
In your name, my friend.
Henry.
Henry, I am, very happy to meet you, Henry. I trust that you will join us in the celebrations tonight and spread the word of our fame and our achievements.
Well, that's right neighborly of you. Well, I'm sure Martha won't miss me for a night or two.
Of course not. She will be very pleased when you return with much more abundance and prosperity.
Well, I think Sally's working this weekend, so that'd be good.
Yes, of course. Let us proceed, my friends.
I think
To town.
I think you should smash the guy's feet on their way home before they're on their way home.
With the hammer, just.
We're just gonna leave them.
You're just gonna leave them?
Well, they don't want that.
I have an idea. I would like to, with the blunt end of my rapier, I'd like to just slap their shins and tell them that they have sinned against Moradin. And that Moradin is going to watch them walk home in shame, but that they will only speak good words of us in the town, for we have cleared the brine. That, I'm assuming, is an intimidation.
Yes.
Once again, the House of Gygax has blessed my roll. Because people were playing in the House of Gygax. So that is a 23, Larry.
And they're like, just crestfallen, heartbroken, the saddest puppy dog eyes, bloodshot puppy dog eyes with drool and
Yes.
vomit in their
You
face.
will walk your hangovers off, and when you return to town, if we are generous, we will pay you, for we are wealthy. But above all, if you seek to preserve your lives, you will say that we have cleared the brine. This is the most important part of your life. Join in the celebrations. Begin your walk.
And they go complaining, blaming the other for, I told you to leave that alone. Now look what's happened.
Yes.
I'll go jump on one of their backs and be like, piggyback, and then just jump on one of them.
You're a human? Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay.
Yep. It's part of the punishment.
Yeah.
So you're gonna ride one of them home?
So they're still tied?
So they're still
Well, their
You can
feet aren't
well,
well
tie your horse off to the. No,
Yeah.
their legs can work.
My friend, join us. We must return to town quickly to celebrate our victory.
Their shoes.
That is
They will
true.
join
It
us
shall
later.
be glorious.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask a clarifying question. You're not doing anything with the entrance to the dungeon at this time?
No.
Nah.
I have abandoned that plan and I'm going all in on the charisma.
Yep.
Okay.
The shoes that I got off.
We're gonna open up
each of
a
them,
big Christmas
We'll just
box.
put those on the
full
back of the
lies.
wagon and take those into town. They
Yep.
retrieve
Actually-
them when they get there.
Okay.
Does Henry need some new shoes?
It's one shoe off of each.
Well, I mean, you just take one left, one right, right?
I like
Well,
that. I like
They're
that
not good
thinking.
shoes.
He looks at those shoes and he's like, you couldn't pay me enough to take those shoes. Well, I take that back. You show me enough gold to fill this wagon as high as this produce and I'll take those shoes.
You have to eat
In
shoes.
time. Let us proceed to town, my friends. Huzzah.
Okay. And as you're going along, let me see. Mike, roll me a six-sider. Okay, you have an uneventful couple of hours working your way back to town.
Yay, no bandits.
You don't have bandits. You don't have any other travelers on the road. You see different farmsteads along the way, different people working in the yard, and Henry kind of waves to people, and they wave back, and the ones that are close enough, they holler back and forth, and he's saying, yeah, these fellows here say they cleared out that dungeon.
We sure did, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's doing his part.
Anybody that we pass on the road, we spread the word.
Okay, all right. So you're going to stop and do that. That adds to the time. So
Yep. Throw a few coppers
okay.
out. here
So
and there.
another hour and a half or so to the trip to get to town. And as you get to town, it's not a very big town, but it does have walls and a gate, not a very fancy gate. And they do have one town guard. And as you've gotten used to it, he's sitting with a spear crooked in his arms like this, leaning back in a chair. And he kind of cocks up his helmet and kind of, as you get closer, he starts stretching and he stands up and kind of, oh, well, hey, Henry, go on in. Bob and Joe, what did you get yourself into now?
Well, they're not. They couldn't keep up with us.
Well, no, they couldn't. You're true. That's true. So they're going to be quite late. So they say, well, you fellows are back mighty early. I didn't expect you back for a couple of days.
Finish them all off, show 'em the ears.
They are here, and it is glorious.
Let glory be honored.
What is that supposed to be? That's quite disgusting.
They're the ears of the kobolds from down in the mine. See, and Felix goes
The mine?
along, or the dungeon. And Felix goes on in this long rant, kind of describing just.
I've heard you talk before. That's enough. So that's a lot of ears.
Yes, they're glorious.
There's 56 of them.
You sure that's not just two off a...
Take a quick look. They are all left.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Proof.
Well, I guess all the kobolds, well,
You think that is all, my friend?
that's all that's in there, isn't there?
Of course not. But he is just a guard. I was saving this information for the lord of the town.
What are you talking about?
We have cleared the brine.
Really?
Lies. I'm going to use that. I'm going to go ahead and use that Extra Life donation for the Natch 20. We have cleared the brine. It is time for a celebration. Open the gates. We must see the Lord at once. The brine has been cleared. We are in possession of the fang of the worm.
The what?
The fang of the worm.
Worm?
You did not know of the beast which dwells in the lowest levels of the brine?
Never heard of it.
Ha! Now you know. But you may not see the fang. Our priest of Moradin, he is the only one holy enough to possess it, and it is safely kept within his pouches.
It's quite a fang.
I see. And he kind of turns and looks in the gate and he whistles real loud. I mean, it's loud. And a bunch of boys and other kids, girls playing in the yard.
Yes, sound the
He
bells.
sounds over one of
Ring the bells.
one of the older kids and says, "Here, you go run and tell the constable I need to talk to him right away."
Yes.
And the kid kind of stands there and says, "Official business, there's no payment for that from me. Talk to the constable." And he looks dejected. "Get!" And he taps him with his toe, and the kid takes off with a start. "So I'll need to have you stay here, talk to the constable. You might as well, in case any other traffic going in or out, take your horses off." "Well, a couple of you stay with me, the rest take your horses to the stable over there by the tavern." And you've stayed at this tavern before, and
Farmer's still here?
he's going in to sell his stuff.
That's good. You get a
He's not
front.
selling
You
his
get
stuff.
front
We
load.
paid for it. with
You
the
paid
silver.
for it, yeah, we paid for it with the silver.
That's
I got you.
almost 8 gold.
Okay,
Is that enough?
yeah, okay,
But he is
They
supposed
get the
to.
distribution of the
Yeah.
fruits.
Yes.
okay,
Yes. It is
All
a
right.
celebration.
okay. So he finds a spot and starts hollering and says, "Well, these here fellas done paid for this. Everybody come get what you can carry." They didn't set no rules on it, so first come, first serve, I guess. And
Let the people rejoice.
so
The TBD have cleared the brine.
all right. So
Make your constable come quickly. We have celebrations in the inn.
all right. So who all is taking the horses to the stable while
I'll take.
who's staying at the gate? You're staying at the gate?
I'm staying at the gate. Staying
You're
at
staying at the gate?
I'll
Stay.
go with him, but when he gets close to the stable, I'll peel off for the inn
Yes.
Okay, they're
to find a bar.
right next to him. Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
You're
buddy.
going,
I'm staying.
you're staying, and you're going or staying?
I'm going and taking
Okay,
it.
so you guys are taking all the horses to the stable. You get there, and there's the stable hand that you've seen every time you've been here, and says, "Golly gee, you guys are back fast."
Well, we kind of cleared out the mine.
And he's just enraptured by your talk. He's the only one that's not told you to shut up because he's just excited.
On and on.
It's a
Tell him how it's quite the blow to the professor, because the professor's a really bad man, and now that the professor can't access any of the magic stuff at the bottom of the dungeon, that's a good thing. Because the professor's a really, really bad man.
I see. And he's just like, "Oh, tell me more, mister. That's just something else. I never met a cat man until I met you."
As I'm walking off, I'll shout back, "Show him the ears!"
I don't have the ears. He's got the ears.
Yeah.
Oh, you're-
The ears are at the gate. Yeah.
Ears are
Yeah, he
I'll
wanted.
just hold him up and I'll yell glorious and from like afar.
Okay, so some of the people are coming to see what the whole hubbub is, and they just got arms full of fruits and vegetables and stuff, and some of them are dropping them, and and they're not worried about it, and some of the street urchins are picking up the ones that people are dropping and running before they can get after them, and
Do I see any youngsters?
a lot.
Hey, tell your friends, that guy way over by the gate there has a whole string of cobalt ears.
Grab one for you and your friends.
And they just don't even bother to go anywhere. They run straight for the gate. So now there's this commotion at the gate, and the guard is trying to get people to clear the way in case there's any traffic. There's no traffic, but he's doing his job, you know.
I'm gonna.
Stand aside, stand aside. And Mike.
You want to go grab a drink?
Absolutely.
All right, tavern's right there.
Go ahead.
Oh, maybe it's 5.
Yeah.
Well, the party that cleared the briny deep certainly deserves a drink.
Drink after that.
Oh,
And as you walk in, you notice that there is a new party of adventurers that look like they got into town recently. That
Oh, man. We gotta work them now?
you poor fools. You got here too late. We've cleared it out.
I've heard that one before.
Oh, you should see all the cobalt ears. They got over at the gate. Have yourself some fruit. We used some of our treasure to buy a wagon of fruit for everyone.
Well, good for you.
What are you drinking?
So, Bill, you have 2 1s.
What?
All the love,
I
all
think
the
you still
love.
have 20s though. So
I rolled over.
So
the
does that
rerolls,
mean
Vance.
I've got some friends helping out there, or Bill has enemies?
it says Vance A.
Oh, Vance.
Vance,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I see how it is, Vance. All right.
Thank you, Vance.
That's okay. I like a challenge, Vance. You know what? I'm going to work with that.
Vance hasn't been watching you roll.
All right, it's on, Vance. It's on.
All right. So they're well, if you're buying, sure,
What do you have?
finest ale if you can afford it.
How many you got here?
There's 5 of them.
Double it up for those fellas.
No.
Couple of ales for each.
Well, you found something. That's just for sure. Well,
Should we just get a barrel?
pull up a chair and tell us the tale if it's true. Even if it's not true, tell us the tale.
Felix is going to be like, oh, I can tell you everything.
You're still talking to the stable boy. He's enraptured. He's just like a real life cat man, adventurer cat man with magic stuff he's talking about. He's just, he's not even taking care of the horses he's so glued on you, so. Now you have to extricate yourself from the situation. Fenway, so you see all these people milling about and the kids are like, are you a dwarf?
No.
You sure? Because you're short like them dwarf people are.
I'm a bit shorter than a dwarf. My dwarf friend, he just left. Probably for the tavern.
You sure that wasn't a gnome?
I'm a gnome.
And the kids are just, she's pulling our leg. That's a dwarf. I know that other one's got to be a gnome. People in this area can't tell the difference.
What makes you think that?
Well, well, my daddy said that a dwarf is this tall and a gnome is this tall, and my daddy knows all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, no. I know what I am.
Your daddy's wrong. They're
Let's go make some biscuits and gravy for us.
Daddy said. Daddy said.
So then you see
wrong.
some officious-looking guy that it's pretty obvious he's the constable. You've seen him around, and he's like, "Come on, out of the way, out of the way." And so he says, "All right, Jake, that's the guard at the gate. What is going on here? Get these people out of here." He says, "Come on, people, go home." And everybody starts talking and over them, and and they say ears, and you hold up the ears, and they say and free food, and some of them are about to drop their stuff, and he's like, "Great, great, great, just clear the way, go home," and he's like, "So this is all you're doing? So what's going on?"
Well, if you do not see, we have this fine array of cobalt ears because we have cleared the briny deep for you.
What do you mean you've cleared it?
It is glorious. We have cleared the entire thing.
Glory!
Glory!
Cleared it?
Yes,
Yes.
we have dispatched of all of them. All of them.
Glory!
The kobolds.
Yes.
The worm thing.
The worm things.
Yes.
Worm things?
We have
great
cleared
feast.
everything. You will no longer need to worry about the briny deep, for it is now safe. I would live there myself if I could.
The spiky demon.
The spiky demon!
Yes.
Glory!
A demon?
Yes, of course. Did you not know about the demon?
You dealt with a demon.
Yes.
A demon and a spiky worm. A spiky demon and a worm that had fangs and at least 56 kobolds, if you'd see by these glorious left ears. Look
Okay.
at them closely, they're all left
Yeah.
ones.
There were
They're
actually 200, but
I can't count well, sorry.
most of the other ones were burned by the spells of our powerful priest of Morgan. So
there's a demon.
we could not cut the ears off.
Well, there's no longer a demon.
What do you
We
mean?
have
gone.
banished it.
Did I say 200? I meant the army was closer to what would you say? 400? 400
But-
kobolds?
Yes.
I'm going to roll to lie about the kobold count, and of course I have to take a 1 because. Thanks a lot, Vance. Jerk. All right.
Meanwhile, I
Yes, 400 kobolds.
Yes.
400?
Yes.
Maybe more, 300? 300?
I think
300.
400.
300 sounds about
Okay,
right.
so
300.
you're not sure about that. And they're.
He's not sure. We're sure.
Okay, but a demon.
Did you not see the ears?
Okay, but how did you deal with a demon?
With our a powerful priest of Morgan, of course.
I don't see a priest here. Where's this priest?
He is already celebrating.
He is celebrating in
Yes.
the tavern.
It's a celebration.
I myself am a very powerful paladin.
Yes.
And
We
your
have banished him together.
and your gatekeeper would not let us through, so he had them take our horses.
Yes, we like to keep the way clear here, so just in case there's traffic.
Are you the most powerful man in this town?
I'm the constable, I'm the law, and it's my job.
I wish to see
No.
the most powerful man in this town.
Well, the mayor,
The mayor.
Yes.
I will have to talk to him.
You should invite him to the celebration.
Well, yes, so you said demon.
Yes.
I'm going to have to get the priest to talk to you because he knows more about this stuff than I do.
Oh, I would be happy to
You
talk
should
to the
let us
priest.
in. We will begin
Well, I'm
the
not saying you
celebration,
can't. Listen,
and then the priest
I'm
can
here to
talk to
find-
us tomorrow.
listen. I'm here to get the story. It's not that you can't come in.
Yes.
We just need to find out what's going on
Yes.
to get the straight story.
Of course.
And you're talking about demons, and it's great about the kobold, but the demon thing is a
Well,
big
the
concern.
demon's gone.
Might I just point out
There weren't
it
more
was,
demons.
in fact, a spiky demon. This is a very important detail.
The
Okay.
spiky demons only come in once.
Well,
Yes.
okay, that's not the problem. They're powerful, terrible things, and nobody's ever said anything about a demon down there. That may be the reason why some never came back. And how can you be sure it won't come back?
Because we cleared the brine.
It was glorious.
We banished it.
Yes. With the powers of the gods.
He's skeptical and unsure.
I'm going to try to intimidate him.
Intimidate the constable.
Yes.
Okay.
You will go to the mayor and bring him to the inn to celebrate with us. And now,
I don't.
of course, I failed that roll.
And he's
Thanks
like,
again, Vance.
listen, I don't know how they do things where you're from, but you don't tell me how to do my job, and I certainly don't tell the mayor how to do his job. I will inform the mayor of what you have claimed, and he will decide what to do. You have a celebration? That's great. So I think I've got the basics of the facts, and I will go report to the mayor, and I will also have the priest come talk to you to find out about this demon. So until then, if you'll kindly go find your room in the tavern, if you don't have one, get one, or go somewhere else, but you're blocking the road, and you're not prohibited from entering. I just wanted to get the straight story. So, good
I
day.
apologize.
He says good day and turns and walks off, and he's just shaking his head and muttering, and
It was going so well, and then they added stuff.
and you hear him say, telling me how to do my job. I've been doing this for 15 years.
Let's go to the inn.
Okay.
Yes.
You-
It's
I agree.
300, remember that. 300.
Yes, 700.
No.
700. Yes.
Okay, so you see him storming off at a brisk pace, and you come into the inn, and the dwarf and the human fighter are regaling with
Yes.
tales around, and you see a new band of adventurers.
I'm going to intimidate the band of adventurers
And I'm going
with
to
my
help him.
swagger. Not in a mean way, just like I want to walk in and make them feel like they're lesser men.
Okay.
So I'm going to use up. Should I? Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Do it.
I'm going to use up one of my matches.
Okay,
So now I'm down to 3.
so you're gonna be swaggering.
Yes. It's a celebration! We have defeated the bride! All other adventurers, you should go somewhere else because the TBD have succeeded today!
Glorious!
Huzzah!
And one of them turns and says, I told you there wouldn't be nothing left when we got here. And a couple of them start arguing, and the one that's the leader says, now wait a minute, we haven't heard all the stories, just what our friend the dwarf and this nice warrior
I
told
go
us.
give warm hugs to all of my friends around the table.
Okay.
And I just genuinely pour myself a giant mug of ale, and I raise a toast. Today, we have defeated 700 kobolds.
You're milking that 20.
Numerous worms. And of course, and I look over at them, the spiky demon.
The spiky demon!
The spiky demon has been banished.
Okay. So their leader type is looking impressed, and he's calculating.
You're very lucky.
700 kobolds.
Most of them were burned alive by the power of Moradin. Am I correct, my friend?
It couldn't be helped.
But we did recover a few ears as trophies for this small town.
See the ears? They are all left, and they are glorious!
May you behold the glory.
And being adventurers, they can tell that they're relatively fresh ears, not that you've collected and they're not dried out, they're
not
shriveled
jerky
ears.
Yes.
Yes. So they know you're not lying about the freshness of them. And then worms? Worms? What kind of worms?
Fanged worms.
Demon worms.
Demon
You can hear
worms?
them. And more importantly, you can smell them.
What do they smell like?
They smell like fruit, but also I'm gonna have to use one of my advantages. They smell. God damn it! All right, even though, all right, hold on. So let's see. That's a deception. That's not. That's you know what? It's still a 15. That's pretty good.
All right.
It smells like a flask of oil, and just before they come to you, you know that they are coming because you could hear them, and it sounds like this.
Are you sure that it's not more like...
Yes, that is it. I was terrified. But our priest of Moradin granted us courage and strength.
You're too kind.
Yes. Well, do not forget the inky blackness.
You give me too much credit.
If it were not for your God's blessing upon us, we
And
would
your
not-
sword.
Yes. We would not be able to see through the inky blackness.
And
You don't
you can
know about
tell,
the inky blackness,
you can
do
tell that they're adventurers because they are taking very precise mental notes of all the stuff you've told them, because that's how adventurers live to be old adventurers, by taking notes of the experience of others.
But do not get too drunk. We only have a few days
That is true.
before we need to go to the abandoned gold mine and fight the lizard men over on the other side of the hill.
That is true.
Gold mine.
Oh,
That's our next adventure.
my friend.
Oh, these
You
these-
are adventurous, yes?
They're fine. They can't be brave enough to go against the lizard men in the gold mine. They'll leave it for us. We'll take care of them.
What
too.
gold mine?
The one on the other side of the hill. I'll describe where the abandoned gold mine is.
And are you doing it loudly or quietly?
I'm doing it kind of loudly.
And the bartender says,
I pretend, I'm going to do
Yeah.
a deception, like to pretend like I'm worried about him saying it too loud. All right, I guess I can take a reroll now.
use them up, Bill, use them up.
Use them up. Hey, that's not bad.
That's not
That's
bad at all.
Plus deception of 6, so 9? No, not really good.
Okay, kind of.
I'm like, shh.
Okay. So the bartender says, well, they ain't wrong. There used to be a mine over the hill over there, and it tapped out. Not surprised there could be something living down there, but lizard men? Lizard men? I've never heard of a lizard man in a mine. Don't they live in swamps?
They used to. Now they have that mine.
It's a special type of lizard.
You know, after a mine has been empty for a while and water has seeped in, then pools of water,
It can get a bit swampy.
and then it's
Yes.
nasty, and that's why the
Yes.
lizard men like it underground there.
Briny Deep 2.0.
Essentially.
But it's further from the sea. Why would we call it the briny deep?
It makes sense.
2.0
briny
because
shallow.
there's water.
Yes.
And they're like, that's a terrible name. And so then they start arguing amongst themselves for a better name. That you guys may be good adventurers, but you're terrible at names.
There is a name, but we are hesitant to tell you it.
And the guy behind the bar says, well, that's the old Fanghorn mine.
Indeed. The old
Yes.
Fang Horny Deep.
And when everyone believed that it was empty, there was no mine there. But you see, when the water seeped in, it revealed new veins of gold, which the lizard men now guard very greedily.
But
How do you know
underground
about
sea-
this?
We know because we are the TBD.
And the other adventurers are just shaking their heads. Yeah. We've heard it before. Everybody's proud of their name.
But
And then they start another argument because they still haven't settled on a name.
truth be told, there is still much gold. But of course, we are very wealthy now. We do not need to worry about gold. So perhaps more ambitious and brave young adventurers.
Oh, so what are you charging for this information?
10% of whatever you find.
Yeah. And the
Honor
bartender says, well, everybody knows that mine's abandoned.
Yes, but not
And
everybody
it wouldn't take,
knows.
if you fellows want to walk over there, nobody's going to stop you because nobody cares. If it's truly got stuff in there, you find out.
Ah, but that is because you do not know of the Lizard King.
Fair enough.
Lizard King? What's
Yes.
a Lizard King?
That's a 21 deception. The Lizard King. You do not know of him.
And they're all,
He's a powerful magic user.
Of lizards.
He is the king of the lizard folk. He has summoned 6 different tribes of lizard man to come to the mine to guard the newly discovered veins of gold.
really?
Yes. Now, a clever party might be able to discover their way in, but not if they go through the entrance to the old Fanghorn mines. There is a secret entrance. Should I tell them, or...
They'll find it.
Yes.
I will, however, pull out a parchment and quill. Need your names in case we need to inform your families after you've gone to the mines and did not return.
Yes.
Your name, sir?
And they give you their names. There's 5 of them.
Blessings of Moradin be upon you.
Yes. It is quite a risk, but if you succeed, you will be wealthy beyond your wildest imagination.
And
Perhaps they'll buy us some ale.
yes, yes. And the one that's obviously the leader type is still a little, he's kind of believing what you're saying, but he's like, but you said these demon worms and a spiky demon?
Oh, yes.
How did you beat a demon?
Well, you see,
Are you sure it won't be back?
the demons
Those
have
things
been
come back.
banished through the ritual. Yes, the ritual. It's very powerful.
And as you're talking about the ritual, this portly human priest comes running in. Wait, what? A demon? Tell me, who fought a demon?
Has he got holy symbols?
Oh yeah.
What priest? A priest of?
You're not familiar with this area.
I'll do a religion check.
Okay.
18.
You get to pick.
Yes.
Moradin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Take it away, Mark.
My brother! I'll embrace him.
Okay. Yes.
I'll say whatever the common greeting is amongst priests of Moradin.
Okay. And he answers. So tell me, what of this demon? How did you? What was it, and how did you vest it? And are you sure it is gone and won't return?
If I'm not mistaken, we banished it back to its own plane of existence.
And how?
There was a fountain.
A fountain.
Fountain of blood. And when we submerged it, the blood drained away and it was gone.
Roll deception.
Got any natural 20s left?
I will do the natural thing.
Okay. He believes you. He buys your story. And he just,
Wow.
oh, thank the hammer. Oh, it's so good to hear.
And the anvil.
And the anvil. Oh, the last thing we need is something like that in the area.
No doubt about it. The briny deep is clear.
Indeed, it is clear.
It is glorious.
To the TBD.
And
Of course,
he's
we claim the briny deep is ours. We cleared the territory. It is by rights ours.
It is ours.
Ours.
well, that'll be, I guess, up to the mayor and the governor.
Well, of
Yes.
course, you'll put in a good word for us.
Of course.
After that roll, a 20, yes, he will put in a good word for you. But the problem will be for my parishioners that supply all the adventurers coming to town. There
They'll
won't be.
supply the adventurers going to the Fanghorn Mines.
Wisdom.
The Fanghorn Mines, that's tapped out.
You who only know of the main entrance to what was the Fanghorn Mines, you do not know that now.
Too dangerous.
Should I not tell
Let
them?
them use the main entrance. It's safer that way.
Should I not speak of the mines of Moriah? There
Not the
are
way you're rolling.
mines. There are mines which have been new mines which have been discovered
Get it
by the
done
lizard men. And the lizard king has commanded his minions
Lizard
to begin
King.
mining.
I've never heard of a Lizard King. What's
The
that?
tabaxi talk too much.
And they have renamed these mines the mines of Moriah. I'm going to go ahead and use that
Scott.
advantage.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
There you go. What'd you roll?
That's a 16, so 22. The mines of Moriah. Moriah.
That's a windy place, isn't it?
That's what they call it.
Yes. Yes. Very dangerous. If you have a choice between the high road and the mines, you should take the high road. But the Lizard King has chosen for his people to begin mining again. Now that the water has permeated the lower levels of the mines, gold has been revealed.
You can almost see the light bulb or the lamp over the head of the leader of this other party. Well, tomorrow we should go to the mines and look for these lizard people. If
Not
what you're
only-
saying is true,
Yes.
they'll be there.
Yes, but you must find the secret entrance. Because if you go in through the
You can
Fenway-
show us.
If
If it is true,
If
you should
are
have
willing
no.
to give us the contract that my friend has indicated
What
of the
contract?
10%.
If we're gonna have to show them, I'm gonna have to say we need a little bit more than 10%.
Yes, I agree, my friend. I agree.
We will agree to 10%. Otherwise,
we did tell you.
otherwise,
There will be other adventuring parties. You can go milling about through the Fanghorn empty
Well,
mines, and you will find nothing.
it seems to me that you don't want us to go to the briny deep. If 10% is not enough, then we'll go take our chances with the brine.
Yes, you
But if you
can.
have,
You can have a nice stroll. It will be fantastic for you. Maybe even glorious.
And it may smell of rotting kobold and worm corpses.
Did you see the ears?
Yes, yes, yes.
glorious!
I would like to at this point bluff as if I don't care if they go to the brine. You may waste your time in the brine.
Okay.
Walking
Take
around
your
empty
roll.
halls full of corpses. That's a 20 total. Or 14 plus 6, 20
Okay.
total. You may take your time if you so desire.
We'll say 12%.
What did you say? 22%?
I was thinking more of
25, yes. A quarter, yes. Because why should we give up the wealth of gold knowledge that we have? We could go there ourselves in a week when we have rested and celebrated clearing the brine.
Had enough beef.
Friday
sandwiches.
TBD!
We could go there ourselves, so why would we need you? But if you are so inclined to share the wealth based on the knowledge and the hard work that we have taken, then perhaps.
Okay, 15.
You check out the Fenway. If you decide you need us, you come back, sign the contract, we'll show you what we know.
Great idea. Perhaps they can find the secret door if they go through the old Fanghorn mines, and then they don't need us.
Yeah.
But more than likely they will fail, and then they will come back to us. We will have the 25%.
The full 25.
And then they will enter through the mines of Moriah. Yes.
Yes, if they
Well,
do
if
not...
you'll excuse us,
Yes,
we
yes,
shall
talk amongst
consult,
yourselves.
and they get up and go
I
off in a
emphasize,
corner.
there will be other adventuring parties who will gladly take us up on the quarter interest, my friends. Yes? Yes.
Yes, because they will not be
It's
able
an
to
insult
get...
anything less.
Yes.
They will not be able to get into the mines of Moriah
And-
through the main entrance.
Especially without the password of Kwazan.
Yes, they definitely shall not.
Yes. Yes. They
Yes.
do not know the secret words.
Yes. So you can hear them arguing. It's getting a little loud because they've had plenty of drink to inhibit their volume sensing ability.
Yes.
And you can, the leader's like, this sounds like the classic con. It has to be. Nobody gives away something
I'm
that
gonna
good.
kill that guy. All right. No? All right.
And the others say, but did you see the ears and the demon and the priest? They're the village priest. He believes them. You know, so they're arguing back and forth. So that's where you leave them. So it's getting on towards evening, and some.
I asked the priest, when do we get to speak with the mayor? We are very eager to.
Well, I don't control the mayor, and as you're asking that, some fancy dressed fellow in his clothes indicate he's a servant. And he says, are you the
We are the
Taube?
Taube, yes.
Taube? Yes. The constable has informed His Honor the Mayor that you claim to have cleared the deep. And
Claimed. Yes.
Did you show him the ears?
The ears are
Yes. Well, His Honor, the mayor asked that you come and have audience with him, and he will hear your claims.
Yes. We are prepared.
And you'll need this, and he hands this sealed letter. He gives it to whoever wants it. And you'll need this to gain entrance to the residence. And you still hear the other party and the other. And one guy says, "We gotta come up with a name. At least they settled on a name." And another argument gets, so that they got a couple of side arguments going back there. And your hirelings come stumbling in finally, 1 foot blistered and bruised from the journey, and they see you guys and they turn around and walk back out. And,
No, my friends, come. Celebrate. You will be rewarded.
as soon as they hear you say no, they run.
Okay. All right.
Fair enough. Just enhances our reputation.
Okay. So are you gonna go see the mayor now or tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Are you all going?
We're gonna strike while the iron is hot.
Okay. So you see the people that got the word about the farmer's wagon last picking over the leavings, the bruised fruit, the damaged fruit, and so forth. And other than that, the excitement is kind of died down, but you do hear some people start pointing and whispering, "You should throw them some coppers." Just throw them. And they run and grab up the coppers and are like,
Speak the name of the Taube, for we have cleared the brine. Speak it. Speak it. Spread the word throughout the people. The brine is cleared.
and they just are busy scooping copper. So they might have heard what you said.
is here.
So, and if you're leaving now, you see the servant walking back what you assume must,
We follow him.
you know, and it's a small town. You know where the mayor's residence is. It's, you know, biggest, nicest place in town. And he notices you following him and says, well, yes, I will, if you'll excuse me, announce to His Honor that you're on your way.
Yes,
And he
please do.
speeds up an even brisker pace. And so by the time you get there, the guards snap to attention and they say, "Yes, your pass, please." And they take it and, well, the seal's not broken, and they open it and yes, and they hand it back. Keep your hands away from your weapons, that's all we ask. And they open the door and let you in, and there's the servant. As soon as the door opens, there he is. Says, "Yes, this way," and he shows you into the entryway and looks down and at your feet and indicates a rough rug to one side where you can
Stop them off.
stomp them off. And he stands and waits until everyone has done so.
Okay.
And then he takes you in and says, "Yes, Your Honor, the Taube, if you will." And he holds the door as you go in, and there happens to be 6 chairs semicircular around the mayor's big desk, and he's sitting back there kind of slightly in the dark and the light on you, so you can't really see him clearly. And he's obviously trying to impose his...
In my brain, I just automatically imagine like a film noir scene where everything went black and white, and there's like smoke and like one light,
But you're picturing this
I'm like-
spiky demon, I'm picturing Bob.
and like some, and like some jazz going in the background.
Yeah. So he says, "Yes, my friend, sit. Tell me your tale." And he's just sitting back in his
We
chair.
are very pleased, Mr. Mayor, to inform you that the brine has been cleared.
It has been cleared.
Once and for all.
Yes.
Show them the ears.
Yes.
The ears,
John.
they're glorious.
And I start like just rambling about how he cleared the mine and how he banished the demon. And this I go on for at least 15
Spiky
minutes.
demon. Spiky.
Well, and he's like, yes.
And I start talking about the professor.
Okay.
The words.
Let's stick to the facts. And it's come to my attention that you claim the Fanghorn mine is infested with lizard men.
Yes.
Well, it is a little more complicated than that. You
Not
see.
for long.
The Fanghorn mines, which were, as you know, depleted. There is a flooding on the lowest level, which revealed more veins of gold. And the Lizard King and all of his many minions have now infested the mine and have created their own passages, which are hidden.
Okay. And how do you know about these lizard men?
We have been given visions. My friend, the priest of Moradin, received visions from his god.
Visions!
I'd like to roll a lie roll.
Natural one.
So, since I rolled that nat 1, I'm gonna just be forced to use up one of my many rerolls. Please not be something lower than a 15.
0 would be good.
Hey, there you go.
What'd you get?
I got an 11, which with my deception goes to 17. So you see, he has received a vision. We know of this. We investigated, and it is true.
Okay, I need everybody to roll a perception check.
That's what they call us.
Natural
Mike?
20.
Managers.
15.
Not
Who
even
rolled,
close.
who rolled a natural 20? Yes. My
And
man.
what'd you get, John?
15.
I got a total of 10.
10. Okay. Anybody that had, what'd you get?
15.
15? So
20.
15 or higher, you notice just the slightest hint that the mayor is doing a really good job of trying to avoid looking somewhat relieved, concerned, and excited all at the same time. The relief of your news of the deep, your concern about the mine, and you're not sure,
Excited about the gold.
what all his exact thoughts are, but based on what is being mentioned, that's where his reaction is. But it's very subtle.
My friend, Mr. Mayor, with all due respect, what race is he?
Human.
When we defeated the spiky demon and finally, once and for all, cleared out the evil from the brine, it was my friend, the priest of Moradin, who claimed the fang.
Show me this fang.
He cannot. Well, he can. He will show it to you, but you will not be able to see it because you are human, like my friends. It is invisible to only those. It is only visible to those who are dwarves or rock
There's no doubt I'll ever roll high enough to make it once.
or rock gnomes. I'm gonna burn it.
You're gonna burn it. You're gonna burn it.
It is visible only to dwarves or rock gnomes because they have this stone cunning. But show him, my friend. Perhaps, maybe through some miracle of the gods, he will see it. Reach into your pouch and show him. Behold!
See, it's right there.
So, can you do something with it?
Of course.
Spiky.
Spiky. So, could you carve your initials in the arm of that chair?
Yes.
Thaumaturgy.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Is a roll needed for that?
Nope.
No. Cane drip.
All right. So his eyes momentarily do that. Just those of you watching him would see that. If you're not watching him, you missed it. He's like, I see. So, you tell the truth. Well, Master Dwarf.
Nothing but the truth.
Well, You wouldn't believe some of the stories that end up coming to me only to find out that it's a lie, and we've had to throw some people in the dungeon. And
You don't have to tell us. That constable of yours was just making up all sorts of stuff.
Did you even see the ears?
yes.
Glorious!
Less impressive. So he's seen the tooth. He's like, yes. And you can almost see the dollar signs in his eyes from this mark on his chair. He's gonna charge admission to see that or something. You're not sure exactly what, but he's gonna monetize those. He doesn't mind at all that you've defiled his fancy chair. So,
He asked for it.
I've
He did.
heard it said that you claim title to the deep.
Right.
We feel that it's fair for the Thibodeau to clear it out that way.
Yes. And what are your plans?
Who owned it before?
It's ancient. I'm not familiar with the lore of its origin. It's been there since my father's father, many times removed.
So no one before us claimed ownership.
Well, not to my knowledge, but
None in Shelby-Ox.
we do have laws and regulations, and there are fees and taxes.
But let
and-
me tell you this: was there any taxes being paid or laws being followed before we cleared it out?
Well, you have brought it under the sway of civilization.
What if we were to make you a deal? We would make the very first floor. The very
A
first
temple to
level,
Moradin.
And B&B.
a temple and a museum
A museum to what?
to the exploits of the Thibodeau.
Yes.
And clearing out the
You
Briny Deep.
anticipate a lot of people coming there.
Yes.
You saw people coming down to come to the deep, right?
Yes, but so I assume you'd be charging admission.
With
Of course.
20% going directly into your coffers to do with as you will.
Yes.
Yes, I can notarize the title myself. However,
And another
Wait.
10% to the governor, of course.
yes. But the matter of timing, when do you expect this to be operational for people to come and see? Because I'm sure as word gets out, people will be going
Where
there.
is it now? Is it fall? We just...
Yes.
Oh, by next spring.
Yes.
Easily.
Right in time for the beef festival.
We need
Precisely, my friend.
we need
Yes.
some
Which it
time
shall
to
be
get
held at the Briny Deep.
the kobolds out. I don't think you want many people to see or smell the rotting kobolds.
Well, people are curious. There will be the sight seekers, as the word gets out, going to see for themselves.
There is a problem, Mr. Mayor.
Yes. And that gets his attention.
No one can enter, for once we have sealed. Tomorrow we return to the brine, where we will complete the ritual of Moradin. Is that correct, my friend? I am not a holy man.
Be
Sanctified?
Yes.
Yes, it must be sanctified, because if
That's what I meant.
any humanoid enters, it will reactivate
Reactivate what?
the summoning portal.
For the spiky demon.
The spiky demon would return and wreak doom upon the region.
You see him go and reach behind him and pull this cord, and the door opens, and the servant is, yes, Your Honor. Go get me the priest. And yes, sir. He closes the door and,
We've already talked to the priest.
Yes, he will come and tell you.
well, yes, but he didn't mention anything about the potential of returning. He said you assured him that it was.
It is clear.
It is cleared.
This is true.
And as long as no one goes past the very first part, then
Well, then we must set a guard now before some fool goes in there.
No need
This
to
is
worry.
not necessary because.
No, it's all right.
Yes, well, it
That
could
would
be
be
dangerous.
wise to put some guards outside of it.
Outside, but do not enter. For
But-
the
If you claim it, you must guard it.
Outside, guard the entrance.
yes, guard the
Yes.
entrance to make sure no one trespasses.
You must provide the guards. It is,
Yes.
if you claim it, you must.
Are you saying we don't deserve a nice rest and some ale and food before?
Well,
we first-
you are rich. You
Well,
can
that's
hire
fair enough
people.
If you prefer just a 10 or 15
Did we not
share.
send the henchmen to guard the entrance?
Oh, Bob and Joe.
Yes.
Bob,
You know of them.
Bob,
Bobby Joe.
And
Joe.
Jake, I believe his name
Jake is the god.
No, yes. Bob and Joe.
Yes.
Jake knows of Bob and Joe.
Yes.
They are guarding the exterior, the entrance.
And they're there by themselves.
Well, there is how do you say it in your priestly, the magical weapon, the spiritual.
The spiritual weapon.
Yes.
Spiritual weapon. Spiritual guardian.
Yes, the guardian.
Or spiritual guardian.
Yes,
Yes.
the guardian is there.
Yes.
There is nothing to fear for tonight.
Oh,
Yes.
make a deception on that.
16?
Okay, you see him look a little bit relieved, and
Yes. No one will pass.
momentarily the door opens again. Your Honor, and here's the priest and says,
Ah, my friend, welcome. The celebration is here. We were just sharing the great news.
and the mayor says, "Sorry, I seem to have sent for you a little early," and he kind of retells your tale, and.
Yes.
The priest says, yes, the spiritual guardian, that... I'm sorry, brother, you did not tell me that there was a possibility of a portal opening to...
Oh, there isn't.
back.
As long as our plans are not disrupted, there is no possibility.
Wisdom.
And you see him relax, because
Yes.
and the mayor tells him of the fang and shows you that, and the priest wants to see it.
But
I've already handled it too much today.
yes, brother, beware, for your spiritual power may
He
be
looks
sapped.
crestfallen, because he knows that it's real, because there's scratchings, the mayor's bought it, so he's not going to call the mayor a liar, so...
Yes.
All right. So the mayor's like, well, if you can assure us that no one will be harmed before you seal this entrance, and the priest says, seal? What's this about?
Well, the ritual of the permanency. Yes.
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 I'm not familiar with that one, but there are many things that... Well, yes, it's quite some distance from the larger cities, and I have no doubt that my companion here is being truthful.
Of course. Yes.
absolutely.
And the mayor says, yes. Well, you must do us an honor of banquet tomorrow in your honor.
This would be most welcome. Yes.
It shall be
The
glorious.
banquet shall be glorious indeed. Yes.
Okay.
And our friend will happily retell all of the tales in intricate detail. Yes.
So much
right.
so that you might not even want to hear all of it.
Indeed.
Yes.
Need the beginning toast.
Yes.
We shall leave that for the morrow.
5 minutes.
For tomorrow.
And
Yes.
then start going ahead and retelling it.
And he says, good day, and the servant is at your elbow, easing you up out of your chair.
Yes.
And showing you out.
The mayor is a great man. Let us all, yes, the mayor.
Bravo.
He is a wise and generous leader.
Yes,
Yes.
the mayor just accepts this as his due and his
You
usual
want me to make
custom.
a ass kissing roll?
Sure.
Yes.
Oh, that would roll well.
Re-roll that one.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's much better. 21. There you go.
Okay, you have thoroughly and
Kiss that.
The mayor is a great and wise leader. Yes. Yes, he is. Of course, he will celebrate at the banquet Mayor, it has truly been an honor to serve you. You are a great leader.
And thank you. Our town and the surrounding lands say thank you.
Yes, we are safe. Yes,
You'll be seen to the mine
we will
Soon.
on the morrow. Yes,
on the morrow to the mine.
yes.
What about the banquet?
After the banquet.
After we will have the sanctification and the preservation, and then we will celebrate at the banquet. Yes.
Okay.
You are wise to suggest this. Yes.
Yes. So he indicates it's time to leave, and you're shown out, and you're outside the mayor's residence. What do you do now?
I pull out a hanky and just
Okay.
wipe everything
It has
off.
been a long day, tiresome and stressful.
Yes.
I need each of you to roll a d20, and those of you that had disadvantage,
Oh no.
remember.
Oh no. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna, thanks
I
to
got a very reroll.
thanks to our extra life donors, I'm gonna go ahead and just knock off one of those advantages and cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay.
How do you feel about that, DM? I got,
Likewise.
What'd you roll?
I got an 11.
All right.
All right.
Travis?
I'm going to use one of my natural 20s.
Yes, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes, right up there.
So, what did you roll before you used it?
18.
Oh, well, you didn't need to.
No, but might as well. I can't use them as a
Okay.
GM next game.
Yep. There you
John?
go. John also used
I rolled a 15.
Okay.
I will use a reroll
Okay.
from our wonderful donors.
I will
Yes.
use one of my advantages to
Okay.
remove the disadvantage,
Okay.
and then I will use another advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
And thanks, extra life donors.
Oh.
And I will use a reroll.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you, donors.
Okay.
15.
You're fine.
Got a 4.
Reroll it, Mike.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Thank you.
13 as well.
Okay. So, there were some tense moments as you felt your doppelganger is slipping away because it is still so quiet in your mind. All that's in there is you and this other person. And they're in conflict, and some of the memories, it feels like you can't remember whose memory it is. So there we go. So you go back to the tavern, and that other party is nowhere to be seen.
Where did they go?
They went to the Briny Butte.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Did they? Or yeah, you know what?
They went to the Briny Butte.
Yeah.
You don't know where they went.
Oh, we do.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm off to the horses.
I'm gonna suggest that we go to the
Let's
gate
go get our
guards
horses.
and talk to Jake and see if that party went out the gate.
Sure.
We go hit that.
Okay. Oh, you mean them other fellas?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them.
They didn't go out this way.
No?
Is there another gate out of town? Maybe a south
Well, yeah.
gate?
My cousin Francis watches the north gate.
Let's run over to Francis and see if they went out the north gate.
Let's walk over to Francis.
I run to Francis.
You run
in a panic.
in a panic.
It's
Yeah.
unseemly.
You're in a panic?
Speed walk. Just
You said it.
I don't emanate panic.
Calm
but I run.
emotions.
Okay, I need you to roll a
Calm
d20.
emotions. I cast calm emotions.
I got a 19. That's good.
Okay, he's fine.
I'm just out for a late night jog.
Yeah. So,
Except I'm sprinting. Because
yeah, he just takes off. What about the rest of you?
I'll walk.
I got a 25 on it.
I'm gonna get to
skip after
the horse and maybe ride over there. Meet up with everybody.
Okay, if you get on a horse, you're going to get there before him. Tabaxi,
Okay.
you're going to be there before. He gets there out of breath, flushed and red. What do you do?
Francis?
Francis?
Yes.
Did you see a party of adventurers? And I described them in detail.
He's like,
They go out this gate.
kind of put his hand, what's it worth to you?
It's worth 200 copper, or maybe 50 copper, or maybe
200, how about convert that to some silver? That's a lot
we
of
got
copper.
silver left in the bank there.
Well, we have whatever we had.
Yeah, do we have like anybody
our
we
own.
had before?
Oh, we have our own? Oh, okay.
I'll give him 5 gold.
I have a gold.
Wow,
I have
five
a-
gold's like a lifetime, John.
Yeah.
Come on, slow down.
And he's like, well, yeah, sure, they went this way.
I do have-
They were muttering about lizard men and the old Fanghorn Nine.
Okay, that's fine.
We're good. We're good.
Let's go sleep.
More importantly, did they tell you their group had a name?
Well, they were these two fellows was just arguing. One of them said the Blue Blazers,
Right, sure.
and the other one said the Fire Handlers.
Both bad.
Both.
Both terrible.
Like the terrible.
Hey!
Far superior.
So, what do you do?
I think we should go to the inn and sleep.
I mean, which way did they go though in the direction and? Can
Well,
you
if
tell
they're-
me the direction?
Yeah, if they're going that way, the Fanghorn Mine,
They're going to Fanghorn.
you know,
That's why they went out the other way.
it's you know, it's after dark now, so you know, if they've got light, they can see where they're going. In the dark, they're gonna have to go slow, but they could be there by morning.
Well,
Thank you, Francis. Have a wonderful evening. And remember, the Taube have cleared the brine.
That's what they tell me.
We are.
I don't get to see all the excitement on the other side of town.
But now you have gold. And you may
Yes.
enjoy the celebration. All we ask is that you raise a toast to
Well,
the names.
you pay better than them fellows, because they said not to tell you, but
Well done. So we go back to the inn.
Yeah.
okay.
We sleep.
Yeah.
There are now rooms available. You were going to have to sleep in the common room because those guys had all the rooms.
That's fine. Because we're doppelgangers, so we're used to
Master
sleeping in a
plan.
hive.
Okay.
we don't have to sleep in that common room anymore.
That's true.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and, well, there are enough rooms for all of you.
Yeah.
So you have your choice of room.
Yes.
It's okay. You know, not the best place you've ever stayed, but it's far from the worst.
Yes.
And, you know, you've got enough money to pay for it, and everybody kind of cheers, and you do not see Bob or Joe. You haven't seen them since they ran away.
Okay.
And you have your room for the night. And what do you do besides sleep?
All right, we've got to take watches. It's possible while we're sleeping we'll revert or change or speak.
Wisdom.
So we'll take some watches.
First watch.
Who?
Me.
Bill?
Yep.
How many watches?
Second watch.
Okay.
3rd watch.
Okay. Is that all?
And I'll finish off with fourth watch.
Okay. How many hours is each watch?
Enough.
2.5.
2.5? Okay. And so you're all going to get enough rest to be rested. Okay. So, what are you going to do on your watch? Your first watch?
I think about how amazing our plan has worked, and I think about the glory and the honor. And I think about how much the rest of the hive will hail us as heroes for having once and for all stopped all of the opponents from
Okay.
coming into our
So you're
domain.
reveling in what you perceive as
Reveling.
overwhelming success,
Yes, I'm reveling.
and that you have saved your people from
Yes.
destruction at the
Yes.
hands of adventurers
Yes.
killing off your food and,
And
your,
I imagine myself through the collective hive of the ESP just telling everybody that it's going to be all good.
and you find yourself so eager to get back to that.
Yes.
That you are locked into your doppelgangerness
Yes.
at this moment.
Yeah.
Now, everybody else, roll a d20.
Ooh, I'm gonna reroll.
I'm going to use a gnat.
Same here.
Really don't have.
What's that?
I'm going to use my
Everybody
Mike
my
has
two
bad.
20s.
Yeah, Mike inherited all of Alex's stuff.
How many's left?
He never told me.
You got
He used a bunch of
a
his
reroll or a
20s.
natch?
Yeah, I think he used almost all his 20s.
All the
But
natches?
You have.
So you have advantage. You can reroll.
You should have 6 advantages and
Yep.
I think what was it, 9?
Yeah, 9 of the other.
Rerolls. Yeah.
9 rerolls.
I definitely feel that.
Are you going to do anything about
What
it?
do you got left?
I was DMing, so I don't have anything.
Oh, Rip.
Oh, no.
Oh, Rip, you turn into a filthy doppelganger.
I'm gonna use a reroll instead of.
Okay.
She might be in her sleep. She might be lost in her character self.
Doug.
Oh, Mike.
I'm gonna use another reroll on that.
That's why you got. Yeah, that's why we have.
Oh wait, you can only use one.
Oh, I can only use one, right?
Yeah,
So
locks
the
in.
nine-
You have
nine
to
goes-
accept.
No, it's 4.
You have to accept the other.
Well, you have to accept the new thing, but you can't, if you have another reroll, you can reroll your reroll.
No, you have to accept it.
No, you have to accept. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark's right. Now, if you had
7?
used one of the natches or advantage, that'd be different.
I do have an advantage.
Okay.
So.
Use it.
Use it?
Yeah,
Keep rolling.
Roll a
We've
second
got 7
D20.
minutes.
Oh, the second one.
And I have one natural 20 left.
I just rolled the same
one again.
Yeah, I rolled the
Do
same.
you want to go full
Give
on
to
metal?
you.
Sure. Go. Do it. There you go, buddy. That sucked.
You got any left?
It's not your
So
fault.
those 4 and 8.
I'm gonna use my last nat 20 for Fenway's character.
Oh,
Because
Okay.
we can't risk it.
all right.
All right, thank you. He's your
Changed
20.
it.
Oh, he's natching. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
that's my
what
last
are we
one.
going to do for Mike? Is he still failed?
I rolled an 8 afterwards. So I have a 4 and an 8. So what do I do? Take
What
the
kind of a bonus do you have?
for.
Any, what?
Can I give an advantage to Mike?
Sure.
Mike, I'm going to burn one of my advantages
Okay.
and give you the new Dwarven Forge metal
Oh wow!
D20.
That's sweet.
Awesome. All right. 16.
Yes.
All right, there you go.
Yes.
Nice.
So,
Which begs the question, why
Stefan.
hasn't he been using that all along?
That's Stefan on that one. Help me
Saving
out.
it for trips.
all right.
Oh,
So, who's second watch? Second watch?
Second watch was you guys.
You need to roll
Now I.
because you're sleeping.
Oh. Hey, no, 9.
Do you have anything left?
I want to use it. All right, I'll use it. Advantage.
So all of you that had bad
17.
rolls, okay. So all of you that have had bad rolls and had to do other stuff to get through had these nightmares that you lost who you were as a doppelganger and that you were now stuck as
This
who
mediocre
you look like.
humanoid.
Yes. Yes. Shivers. So
Shivers.
you all make it through the night, through all your watches. There's no trouble. Next morning, what do you do?
We go to the mine.
Okay.
Head to the.
breakfast first.
Breakfast.
You have
and then
breakfast?
We go to the brine.
And the innkeep says, got this message from the mayor's office, and it's still sealed, so I don't know that you're supposed to be back in time for the banquet if you go anywhere. So somehow he's managed to read a sealed note.
Yes.
Is it actually sealed?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll open it up.
This is exactly what he just said.
Okay. We must hurry to the brine to cast the ritual,
Oh,
and then we return for the banquet.
okay.
We'll be fashionably late. It's okay.
Okay. All right. So now what do you do?
We race off on horseback. To
Okay.
The
You
Well-
can get there if you run your horses.
brine. Yep.
If you don't,
Actually,
Yes.
we should leave by Jake's gate,
Yes.
and go around.
circle around and go to the Fang.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you do that, it's going to take you like 5 or 6 hours to get there instead of a couple. Are you going to run the horses for all they're worth?
Yes.
Okay.
Burn them down.
All right. So you
We're
get
never
there,
getting back.
and now what do you do when you're there, and there's no sign of anybody, just your camp and where you were, no sign of anybody. to the best you can tell, nobody's gone in.
What Mark was saying is that we go out the gate as
Yeah.
if we were going to the brine,
And you circle around?
but we circle around to the fang.
Oh, I
We want to
misheard.
see where that other party is.
Okay. All right. As you're riding towards the Fanghorn, you see a couple of horses with a couple of bodies slumped over them, and two more riding as fast as they can, and they look like they've been in a fight. And there's only 4 of them
We
instead of
wave them
5.
down.
And they like, you weren't lying about them lizard men. We got to get to the priest. And they pull up and say, wait a minute.
I'm
What
a
can you do
priest.
for them? Can we save them?
Let's see.
Check.
What about that
Bring them
25%?
over. Bring them over here. Quickly, bring them.
And one of them is nearly decapitated.
Well, 25% sounds nice.
And another one alive, nearly decapitated. No, he's not nearly. Unless you can raise dead, there's nothing you can do for this guy. And the other one looks like he's got a deep wound to his leg that severed an artery, and
He'll
he's
be bled out.
very faint. So you might, maybe, if you roll a decent roll, get him.
Well, first,
And they're all
Is that
hurt.
the guy who was doubting us?
Yes. The leader.
The leader? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
down.
Maybe don't do that.
But they believe you that there's lizard men in the mine now.
They believe us.
we want that confirmation
Yeah.
without having to
Yeah,
do it
yes.
ourselves.
Yes.
Prayer of healing then is what we're
Okay.
going to do first.
So he does not wake up, but he looks a lot better.
That's 2d8 plus my
Okay.
bonus.
Yeah, he's not going to wake up, but he looks a lot better. So he'll live.
But this does up to 6 creatures.
Well,
So anybody else who's hurt,
yeah, they all look a lot better. Says, oh,
10, 13
Thank you.
points.
appreciate it. And
We warned you.
yes, you did.
You will be very careful.
Okay,
You're,
we're on the countdown. So you've
Plus now they know that I can heal a whole bunch of people
Right.
all at once.
right. They believe you're powerful. They bought it. They're counting us down. We're running out of time. So you have successfully thwarted people. You sneak back. Well, I guess you go and you seal the entrance
Yes.
with your alchemical means, and you
Yes.
sneak around the back entrance. And as you get out of sight, you do something with the horses so there's no evidence.
We just send them
And
on
you
their way.
finally take off your amulets and endure the painful transformation back to yourselves, and your ability to sense one another returns, and you have succeeded.
Yay!
All right, John, how are we doing?
In 40 years, I've never played a doppelganger. Nativity! Yay! Well done.
Thank you. And since none of you reverted, I didn't have to give you the sheet for what a doppelganger does.
Yeah. That was pretty awesome.
Now you are dead because you succeeded.
Yes. Good job, everybody. We're all dead.
So, John, where do we sit?
Dead.
John, where are we at?
We are at. Let me pull up my page here. I got multiple things open. One last refresh. We went from $202,002 to $2,063 in the last.
Yes.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Everybody.
And that's
All right. So we're going to take a little break, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll be back with the
Travis.
last game of the evening. Travis is going to be running a game. So stay tuned and stick around, and we'll be back.